1. I think we're live.
We're
live,
late.
everyone. What's the intro today? What do you guys want to do it?
Yes, we're late. What's up, everybody?
Late
It's,
American politics back at it
yeah.
again.
Wow, what a
Yeah.
lame intro. Boo!
Yeah, we're actually late this time.
Boo! I give you one opportunity to have a good intro, and you got. What's that?
Oh shit, my bad.
Lame. Boo!
Well, I think
Yeah.
real Texans on the bus again, I think, so.
I know.
Oh
I
no,
know.
I wasn't. I accidentally played a video, but yeah, it's all good.
I
But yeah,
see.
we are live, everyone, on this beautiful October 17th, 2024. I hope everyone's having a phenomenal day, night, afternoon, midnight, wherever around the world. I'm sorry, I have a great day myself. And of course, we're joined by Real Texas Politics, Luke
Hello.
Gagnon, aka Small Village Polling, and of course, Mr. John Rose.
By the way,
hello.
there's a new small village poll out of the New Hampshire governor race. It's Joyce Craig +6. So Kelly Ayotte is being destroyed. Trust the plan.
Real.
Hogan is also winning though in Maryland, so
That is
there's something
real.
to be good about.
But yeah, everyone, we are here to talk about the interview that happened last night on Fox News. We talked a little bit about it last night, but I decided, okay, you know what? We gotta talk about how bad that interview really was, because it's clear it did not go to plan. Do you all agree to that? I don't think that was a good interview.
Well, yeah. Wasn't she complaining about how running for president was too hard?
Yes.
Like, it wasn't.
Did not go too
Definitely
well.
wasn't very good.
Now, before we get into it, guys, of course, like usual, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the social media accounts in the description down below, and of course, join the channel today. You know what the drill. $1 a month, folks, to support the daily content that we all know and love. And if you have questions, concerns, comments, or just want to support the channel even further, best way is sending super chats via the chat. Again, I'll read through as much chat as possible, but usually, super chat's best way your questions answered. Already, we got super chat. What?
We got Texas polls from ActiVote, so we'll get to those in a second.
Do I want to know?
Actually, they're kind of.
No, it was like Trump +11 in Texas. So
Wait,
he's doing
ActiVote
pretty
actually
good.
had a semi-accurate poll?
It's Trump +11.5. And
Oh no, I don't
+5.5.
I don't know if Trump's gonna win by 11. I think he'll win it more like 8. I think 11 might be pushing it a bit. I'd want him to win it by 11, but I think he's probably gonna win it by like 8. So.
Cruz +5.5 seems accurate, vote.
All right, we got a couple super chats to read through. A glitch Evie for 2. Something ain't right early. Yeah, well, I was technically late. Shut up, all right? American Hill Politics for 2. Wrap on my way to vote Trump in North Carolina. First day early voting. That's right. Today is the first day of early voting in North Carolina. Is it, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so if you live in North Carolina, get out and vote. Nick Dow for 5. Voted for Trump this morning. First day of early in-person voting in North Carolina. Yep. W's a chat for Nick Dow and American Hill Politics. Mega Bears for 2. Rope is a woke sissy liberal. I'm late by 1 minute. Thank you. Nathaniel for 5. Kamala came across super defensive last night. I think she is cooked. We'll be voting for Trump here in Missouri. Yeah, that interview was pretty bad. A glitch Evie for 2. She didn't answer a single question. And, well, guess what? Has she ever answered a question? Let's start with that. In this entire campaign, how many questions has she actually answered to? Anyone know?
Middle class family.
Basically, that's been her answer to everything. But for the first time this cycle, she was asked a real question. Not just some bullshit, well, what do you think about Orange Man? Why is Orange Man so bad?
Oh, RMG research, Trump +1, and in Wisconsin, and Baldwin +3.
I saw that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the whole interview last night, it's clear as day that was a complete disaster. And I really think this was like the Harris campaign's like final Hail Mary. Like,
and Kathy Hochul's aides have reached out to express their interest in a cabinet position.
But yeah,
so Kathy Hochul might be in Harris's cabinet.
Well, with the interview itself, Kamala Harris had pretty much one job. She was talking to a right-leaning audience. Brett Baer, actually set the stage for her to give the right answers at the beginning. He's like, 80% of Americans think we're on the wrong track. Pretty much everyone listening to Kamala Harris on Fox News thinks that the past 3.5 years have been disastrous. So really, it was her opportunity to save face. And she could have done it in big ways or small ways. She could have been, well, I'm going to take drastic changes from the current border security and immigration policies that we have been enacting. I'm going to do that. But she could only fall back on the stupid immigration bill that didn't actually protect the border. It
Made it
actually, yeah, it made, 2 million per year, no catch and release. Like there was a billion things wrong with the bill. And she just only wanted to fall back on that and be super defensive. It really was her opportunity to admit fault. And she didn't have to do it even in policy. She could have just been, I'm sorry, Laken Riley. I'm sorry to everybody who got murdered because of my policies. I'm sorry. And like, she didn't even have to call it her policy. She'd be like, I'm sorry that the administration made these mistakes. I acknowledge them. We're going to make sure it never happens again. And she could have just said that. She could have just said that. And it's not a good look, but it's better than what she did, which is
No,
just
and then there was that whole thing too where she was like ranting about no, she was like she understood why Border Patrol didn't endorse her. Like that's something you want to say. Like she's like
Yeah,
they
why
want
would you
support.
say that?
Yeah, she was like they want support. That's why they didn't endorse me. Yeah, that doesn't sound like a very
Like
not-
this whole interview. I mean, I'm not kidding when I say that was the biggest disaster she could have done, because like at least with like the
yeah.
local interviews you could say, well, at least someone's gonna watch them. But guess what? This one, a bunch of people watched it live. I don't care what Democrats say, people did watch it. And now there's clips everywhere of it. The Cashman for 5. The country sucks because Trump has been campaigning for the past 9 years. That's real. Alex Maddox for 2. I got pissed with her answer on Biden's decline. Yeah, it's like, oh, Trump is on the decline, but Joe Biden's perfectly fine. What a load of crap. Sean for 5. There's no way her team will let her go on Joe Rogan now. She couldn't handle 20 minutes with Fox. She won't survive 2 or 3 hours with him. Yeah, exactly. So I think that Joe Rogan stuff's dead. I mean, I guess it's possible, but
Yeah, dude, there's no way she'd survive in an interview for 2 hours. Like, no way. She couldn't even handle like a 25-minute one. Like, yeah, no
with
way.
Fox News. Now you're going to Joe Rogan, who, yeah, he can be kind of a hack at times, but at least he's going to ask stuff. He's going to at least talk.
Exactly.
I
Yeah.
I think this honestly kills any chance of her going on Joe Rogan.
I think so.
Like I think I mean she probably didn't even want to in the beginning just because he's a right wing conspiracy theorist but I mean considering his interviews are like 90 minutes or so and she can only go
some
for
of them are
about
5
20
hours
minutes.
long.
Yeah, I don't know, something like that. She can only go for 20 minutes at max.
Barely. She can read a teleprompter for 5 minutes. That's the truth. She can speak for 5 minutes and that's it before she falls apart. Let's see.
Concepts of a plan.
Basically,
But
exactly.
yeah,
This collapse is amazing. That's real. Mitchell for 2. How soon until we get the final Ann Seltzer poll? Never. The Voices for 2. Look at Christian Hines, Virginia model. Yeah, Virginia got redder. Yeah, Virginia just got redder in the early vote.
Oh, by the
Exactly.
way, Harris is doing a rally with Mark Cuban in Wisconsin.
I know, dude. They desperately want their own Elon, so they're bringing out Mark Cuban of all people.
Like, yeah,
so fucking hilarious.
I just find it funny. Like, they had Elon. That's the thing these idiots don't understand. They literally had Elon a couple years ago. He was on their side. But they pissed him off, and they thought, oh no, you still gotta appeal to us. Like, no, he bailed.
Yeah. Elon voted Biden, didn't he?
Yeah.
Like that was something. No, so now they're like answer to our Elon is they bring out Mark Cuban. Like talk about a downgrade, you know?
Yeah, you go from Elon Musk, the richest guy in the world, and possibly the most well-known person, to frickin' Mark Cuban.
He's not even the main guy at Shark Tank. By the way, the main guy on Shark Tank, Kevin O'Leary, is supporting Trump.
Yeah, exactly.
So like,
it's like,
it'd be one thing if they had, it'd be one thing if they had like the whole Shark Tank cast, but no, they only have one of the sharks, you know?
Yeah, and he's having the host.
Yeah.
The Castman for 5. I don't know which interview sucked more, Kamala's interview with Brett Baer or her interview with Willie Brown. Oh, okay. Thanks for that one. American Nerd for 5. Didn't Brett Baer say that her staffers were trying to get him to stop the interview while it was happening? If so, he has every right to be annoyed. Yeah, so actually talking about
they were trying to shorten it. They were trying to shorten it too.
This is what he said. We were supposed to start at 5. We were going to do a 25 to 30 minutes. They said maybe 20. She came in around 5:15. And it's like they were waving him down like after 5 minutes or whatever. I mean, come on. You're the president, or you could be the next president of the United States. This should be an easy interview. This is not compared to like talking with Putin or frickin' Xi Jinping or whatever. This is frickin' Brett Baer and Fox News. If she can't handle that,
Brett Baer is like a giant brown cuddly bear. I know like people respect him and people have like good opinions of him, but like to be honest, he is very easy and approachable. He's got, very soft blue eyes. He's got a very, square face. He wasn't somebody that's scary to be around, and she still had an anxiety attack and freaking broke down in front of him. I can't understand it.
yeah.
Oh yeah, dude. She would. It would be, but like, it would be worrying, like how the fuck she would deal with like world leaders and shit. Like, I don't even want to think about that. And luckily, I don't think we'll need to.
Can you imagine her trying to negotiate a peace between Ukraine and Russia? Oh my god.
Oh god, no, dude. If she wins, we're gonna guarantee have that war for like another 4 years.
Probably.
Like, it's The only way we have to stop that war is if Trump wins, like 100%.
Nathaniel for 5, Kamala. Excuse me, I'm speaking Brett. I grew up in a middle-class family. That's what it was like last night. Anytime we try to ask a simple question, she's like, well, excuse me, Brett, I'm speaking here. She's trying to do the stupid line. And make it look like an asshole. It's like Brett Baer's asking a simple question, and you can't respond to it. Unfreaking believable.
Basically,
wow.
she wants all of the framing to be specifically in her world. And like the thing is, Brett Baer was trying to put her in the world of the people watching.
Yeah.
But for her, if she's not able to speak purely from her perspective, it's annoying. She got angry. She got upset because Brett wanted her to be particular with what she said. It's like, no.
Yeah, like, again, can you imagine her negotiating a peace between Russia and Ukraine, or the war in Israel? Oh god, can you imagine that? Oh.
Can you imagine her trying to shape Taiwan policy? Like, even on shit like that hasn't happened yet, dude. If she wins, like, they're just gonna invade Taiwan. They're gonna be like, who gives a shit?
They'll take over in 5 minutes. 5 minutes later, it's gone.
There would be absolutely no peace between Russia and Ukraine. Like, she would make sure that she would probably want Ukraine to basically invade Russia and take over all of its land.
Which is suicidal, but
also, by the way, speaking of that, I think Zelensky's gonna win. Because I mean, Zelensky thinks Trump's gonna win because of like what he's been saying. He's like trying to get a peace deal already now. So I think he knows the.
No, but I think
he knows
because
he knows that Trump's not just gonna like give him a bunch of aid without working through a peace deal. He knows that's not gonna happen.
That's Trump.
So,
like, if you want like our help, you gotta freaking you can't just sit back and just keep having people die.
Keep using the aid on like oligarchs, like mansions and shit, like they've been doing. Like, remember all that charity money? All that charity money from early in the war, like, all ended up going to, like, oligarchs, by the way.
Yeah.
So, like...
Yeah.
It
didn't even funnel to proper supplies. What I was going to say is I had this report from Insider Paper saying that Zelensky gave Trump an ultimatum, saying that he either gets NATO membership or nuclear weapons. So, like, just he's able to...
funny.
Like, he wants Ukraine to be a nuclear superpower.
Oh,
like, what?
I love what's so funny to me is how Ukraine thinks they're in a negotiating position on the US. Like, it's like, yeah, we're the most powerful country in the world. Like, what do you give us? You guys give us nothing. Like, and he thinks he's in a negotiating position where it's like, Trump, either you give us this or you give us this. It's like, I don't think Trump needs to give you either of those things, if I'm going to be honest.
If you're Zelensky, wouldn't you be like on your hands and knees begging for American help?
Mm-hmm.
What the hell does he think he is? Oh, I'm Ukraine. Well, the idiots that run the country, who freaking knows? But
Zelensky basically runs the country, so.
Kate Cup for 2. Did she say Project 2025? Not progress for her. She might have. I don't know. Jacob Martin.
Okay, it was nice being on, but I gotta head out. Maybe I'll catch the tail end of the stream though. We'll see.
Right. Jacob Martin for 5. Well, we can imagine Russia invaded after Kamala tried to negotiate. She has a temperament problem. That's true. Then they sent Kamala over there to talk with them.
Yes, and she went over there and negotiated with them a few days before the war broke out.
Like, that went well.
Yeah, no, it's terrible. And the real like strong point with Russia and Ukraine, especially with this ultimatum, is specifically that NATO membership is a non-negotiable for Russia. If Trump cannot go up to Putin and be like, oh yeah, so we're going to make Ukraine a NATO member. Part of the reason for Russia invading Ukraine in the first place was because there were stations, like NATO stations and biolabs and troops near the Russian border. That was the whole thing. So
that's one reason, but yeah.
Well, no, there's several reasons. It's economic and it's blah blah blah. I'm not getting into it because we're not like a Russia-Ukraine channel. But the whole thing is like, if you take away one of the primary excuses Putin used to invade Ukraine, he's just gonna invade it again later when there's a different president in charge. Like, what? This is stupid.
Yeah.
This is ridiculous. No.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's dumb. This war should have ended 2 years ago. I mean, this is ridiculous. A bunch of people died over
It would have never happened. It would have never happened if Trump was president.
Over what? I mean, seriously. Nothing. They died over nothing.
Yeah. Yeah.
The red tech engineer for 5. Jill Stein is leading Harris in Michigan among Green Party voters. Yeah.
Well, I mean, she's literally the Green Party candidate.
No,
so
that's a joke. It's a joke. Get it? She's Green Party.
Yeah.
American Nerd for 5. Rap, I have a really bad feeling if Harris wins, she's going to make Moscow and Tel Aviv the Hiroshima and Nagasaki of the century. I don't want to go that far. That's fear-mongering.
Moscow, maybe, but...
Let's see here. Biden and Harris incompetence provoked the war. Well, yeah. If we had someone with a brain in office, the war never would have happened.
Yeah, and that's a really big point. Like, to anybody who's undecided, I don't think there's any undecideds listening to this stream. But if you talk to an undecided and they're worried about foreign policy, understand Harris will start on a minimum 1 extra foreign war, if not 2, across the world, and she's probably not going to end any of the current conflicts going on. If you have a strong president like Trump, who has promised before he even gets into office to end at least one of the wars, then you're going to have a safer, more peaceful world. It's black and white. Do not let people trick you into thinking otherwise.
Yeah. All right. So enough of the Russia war stuff because, we're not really, that's not the point of the channel, but yeah, anyways, the point is like, this interview just sucked. There's so many clips going around. It's like the Trump campaign, did they literally make that whole interview an ad?
Yes.
Like, what does that tell you? They made the whole interview just 1 ad. It's that bad. And she can't, for whatever reason, she cannot answer a simple question. There were so many freebies. She can't answer anything.
I think you could tell she probably didn't even want to be there, but I guess I think she really was she probably only agreed because she wanted to try to own Fox News with facts and logic. And
yeah, that didn't go too well. All right, Bomney for 2, fellow Kamala Cucks, it's really Jover. King for 20. I'm following voted for Big T yesterday in California, so for Steve Garvey, my family also voted for T. That's a W. One of my coworkers who was on the fence with Trump said if he gets in those people from last time who are good people, will they not be there to control him? I was like, what? Huh? I don't know what that means. Trump, breaking! Trump now leads Nate Silver's model. Titans 74 for 2, Nate Silver model update. Yep, Trump's taking the lead. It's over.
Finally.
For now,
finally. We've been waiting for this.
I swear, if he does this shit a week from now, he's going to watch.
Oh, well. No, I think he's done. I think he's going to, I don't know how far he'll push it, but I think he'll hedge his bets, but he thinks that Trump's going to be the favorite. Nate Plastic's cope has finally run out. He had it for a good bit. But no, there's no way. Like, the hard data does not allow you to continue fantasizing about Harris being the favorite in this campaign.
Yeah. G Phaser for 5, Kamala's speech, when you need 500 words on an essay, but you need more fluff than actual content. Exactly! That's the best way to put it! It's like one of those essays that have those shitty word limits, like, you need 500 words. All she does is she stretches out 1 sentence into 500 words. She does! She literally cannot answer anything. But yeah, I think overall the interview, it was, I think, like a last-ditch effort from the Harris campaign. Because I really believe that they thought, well, if we go to Fox News and we do decent, then that's going to prove we know what we're doing. Well, about that.
Well, it's something where they can say that they did go to all of the news stations. They didn't ignore Fox News, so they can't take flack for that later. But also it's because of the suffering demographics, right? They're suffering with males. They're suffering with male minorities. They're suffering with youth. And so they're figuring, okay, well, there are actually some young people that watch Fox News. I know that's crazy to hear, but yeah, young people watch Fox News. And there's also a lot of Democrats that watch Fox News. And I would encourage anybody who doesn't believe me, go look up the statistics, because I was really surprised by that. But there are a number of Democrats that watch Fox News. So they had an opportunity to get at that independent crowd, that young crowd, that male crowd that they have suffered so much with in this campaign, and they screwed the pooch. There were basic objectives that they could have accomplished, basic concessions, or even just like general sympathetic behavior. All Kamala Harris had to do, she didn't have to like do a stellar performance. She had to make herself sympathetic so that people go, you know what? Trump is La Hitler. I'm going to actually let you try again because you're such a good sport. Something like that. I don't know. That's nonsense to me. Like I would never buy that kind of thing. But she could have gotten at that soft, pudgy center kind of voter if she wanted to, but she failed. She failed miserably.
Yeah. That guy for 5. Keep up the good content. Thank you so much, good sir. Let's see.
Oh yeah, did y'all hear that the H word leader died?
Who?
That's crazy.
Yeah, the Hamas leader.
Oh, I didn't hear that. No.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Trump
I
planning,
think you got. Yeah, well, never mind.
Trump planning to cook fries. Yeah, I saw that. Trump's apparently going to like a McDonald's to cook fries.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Sunday, Pennsylvania, Donald Trump will be a fry cook for half an hour, and his polling will go up 5 points. Like it's just landslide.
Well, I mean, it's like here that whole story. I wish the Trump campaign would have packed her more on. That was freaking ridiculous. Yeah. She lied about working at McDonald's. I mean, seriously? You're going that low that you lie about working at McDonald's? Like, it's one thing if it's like a respected establishment, like a law firm, but McDonald's? Really?
Well, Trump brings it up over and over and over again on the campaign trail, and you guys know the reason. He actually explained it at one rally, and it was basically that, well, if it's something this basic, if she's willing and capable of lying to you about basic things that don't matter, then what about the big things that do matter? Like, what will she lie to you about there? That's the point.
She can't tell the truth about where she worked. Yeah, but I just can't imagine. I just can't wait to see Trump like cooking the freaking fries. That's gonna be. There's gonna be so many memes from that. I can already tell. The memes from that are gonna be glorious. And it looks like Tubbs has joined. Hello.
Yeah, what's up?
Yeah, we're just talking about the Harris interview. What are your
I
thoughts
actually
on...
saw part of it. I saw like half of it, then I had to go. But then it was a total disaster. It really was.
Yeah, I'm not trying to be like literally everyone except partisan Dems think it was garbage. Everyone. The only people that said that was good are these resist lib accounts with 200,000 followers, and that's it. Everyone with a brain realized, oh yeah, this was a joke.
I have something funny. I'll pull up something funny real quick. Hold on.
Morning consult polls. Morning consult.
Oh gosh, what do they have now?
All right, I'll read through this. Arizona Harris +1, Georgia Trump +1, Michigan Harris +2, Nevada Harris +4, North Carolina Trump +1, Ohio Trump +7, Pennsylvania Harris +1, Texas Trump +4, Wisconsin Trump +1.
They're hedging their freaking. I knew it. I freaking knew it. They're hedging their damn bets.
She doesn't even win with this map. What are they talking about?
They are hedging their bets. They're going to say no matter what, they're right. God, they do this every year. These same pollsters. American Nerd for 5. Rap. Donald Duck would have given a better and more cohesive answers than Harris. And part of his whole character is that people can't understand him. Well, yeah, I mean, yeah. Donald Duck anyone would have gotten better answers. I mean, this was pathetic. She can't.
Oh, was that
Biden would have gotten better answers, low-key.
Probably.
Was that RMG poll like their actual final one for this? Yep, that was
final. Year? Which, by the way, isn't it strange that these polls are doing their finals now in the middle of October? Isn't that just very strange?
What was the final RMG in 2020? I gotta look.
Oh, freaking no, it was garbage, I think. But no, think about it. These pollsters, here's what they're gonna hedge their bets. That's all they're doing. They're either gonna have a small Trump lead or a small Harris lead, and no matter what happens, they're gonna say we were actually right. Our final poll was Harris +1 or Trump +1, and that was the middle of October.
Yeah.
We picked up a surge though. That's what Bloomberg.
Yeah,
did.
I just did this map, and basically they created a map where they could say, "Oh, Harris just barely wins." Does anybody I immediately laughed when I saw the Arizona number. Like, does anybody believe Arizona's Harris +1?
That's horseshit.
Does anybody believe that?
Reasonable to sim for 2. Those Trump fries would be glorious. Probably. you just imagine you order fries and all of a sudden you just see Trump there and working at McDonald's? Oh my gosh. I hope there's videos of that. That's gonna be absolutely hilarious to watch. Wait, people are saying morning console has Moreno up. Do they actually?
Oh,
They have Moreno winning. It's over. It's freaking over. Pack it up. It's over. Someone find that. Someone find that.
They have Moreno up.
That's what people are claiming. Someone, I gotta find that. Please. Please be real.
Oh, yeah, but yeah, I found a random Blue Anon account that's like got a sizable following, and they were like, "It is just reported that Kamala's campaign HQ was inundated with calls from massive number of Republican voters who wanted to help her win after her assertive interview with Fox News." Like,
They're full of
that's
shit.
a load of shit.
That's a load of
Oh
bullshit.
yeah. Morning consult, Moreno +1, also Cruz +1.
What the? Cruz +1.
Also, Gallego +12, also Brooks +13,
Throw it in the
Slotkin
trash.
+7,
Ouch.
Rosen +15, Moreno +1, Casey +8, and Baldwin +5.
Get out of here. What the hell? Are you freaking serious with this? Get these polls out. Unfreaking believable. But yeah, Trump is, by some miracle, Trump is doing worse in Ohio, worse in Texas, worse in Arizona? What? What a load of bullshit. Unfreaking believable. Real American, you still make political videos when Trump wins, of course. We might try some little.
Oh, and also in that poll, Stein +22 in North Carolina.
Please say you're kidding. Do they really have Stein +22?
Huh?
Are you serious? They had Stein +22?
Yeah.
Into the trash the poll goes. Wow. Unfreaking believable.
What was Morning Consult's Morning Compost's like national poll? Did they release one?
It was like Biden or Harris +5 or whatever.
Yeah, they're a complete garbage poster. Like, do
Wow.
not take anything from ActiveVote or Morning Consult seriously.
Let's see here. Caleb Bryan for 5. This is my first time voting. I'm a Gen Z gay man, and I submitted my ballot for Trump this morning. Also, you've become my favorite political channel. Thanks so much for the super chat. American Nerd for 5. Tear up the crap out of the UK for interfering in our election. Yeah, well, I wouldn't go that far, but like, yeah, apparently there's a bunch of UK staffers like in America now. I guess I can't confirm that, but let's be careful because YouTube. But
Yeah, I think they'll probably claim it's to strengthen like U.S.-UK
yeah,
relations.
whatever. Yeah, just say it's like diplomacy or some bullshit like that. I don't know. Yeah. Morning Compost. I can't believe they dropped this. Matt Travis for 2. Robert Cahaley dooming about North Carolina, Georgia due to Helene concerns. Well, here's my take. I think Trafalgar is kind of, they're being very cautious this cycle. That's my take. After what happened in 22, I think they're being very cautious. We need Rap to make history videos off the election. I can't really say much, but I got something in the works. You probably guessed what it is. So.
And since we're talking about post-election stuff, and we're all pretty sure that Trump's going to win, we're not certain, but we're pretty sure. If Trump does win, I want you guys to remember the first Trump presidency. We bled a lot on issues, and it was part of why the 2020 campaign ended up being bad. So I would just tell people, especially, you can't change the economy, but what you can do, spread the message as like a keyboard warrior or whatever about immigration, about the people that suffer because of bad immigration policies and bad border security policies, because there's a lot of it. There's infinite content that you can make. And I'm not telling Rap to do this. If he wants to do it, he can do it. But for any of you guys listening, please do not let people forget how bad the border being bad is. Do not let people forget that.
Prince Ryan for 5. I just voted. I live in a rural area hit by Helene, but turnout was good. Consistent stream inside. Mostly older voters I saw. Yeah, I don't think the hurricane's going to change much. I don't think so. I think, like, if it happened, like, a week before Election Day, obviously, but, like, right now, it happened a month prior, now they're already voting. It's fine. Like, there might be, like, a little delay, maybe, but... let's see. Morning consult, more like morning insult. No, it's morning compost. I forgot who made that name. Was it Rep?
It might have been.
Yeah, whoever made Morning Compost is a genius. That one. Let's see here. Ohio always underestimates Trump in Senate seats. Well, yeah, that happens every year. Virginia got redder. Yeah, Christian Hines, they posted that. It's Virginia is. I can't believe I'm saying this. There's a chance there.
Yeah.
There's a chance that we could actually pull it off in Virginia. I'm not saying it's for sure going to happen, but.
If Tubbs is still here, I think he heard more of the Virginia conversation that was going on in Twitter Spaces last night.
Yeah,
with,
but I was
Hines.
I had to leave early.
Out.
But yeah, pretty much what Hines is saying is, at this point, Virginia is going to be within 6. There's no way it's going to be like a Harris plus 10 victory. There's 0% chance of that.
Yeah, I agree. To me, it's like the people that were saying it's going to be Harris plus 10. They were so foolish. Now you still got people saying Harris plus 9. It's like, get out of here. You people are dumb. K-Cup for 5. People walk through fire broken glass to vote for someone other than this corrupt banana republic. Glenn Beck after the Trump indictment. Basically. Jets at least for 2. Trump should make fries great again. Yeah. Gosh, I wish I was there so I could just order fries and just see Trump making the fries.
Trump fries, memorialized, kept in a glass box in your house. Yep. These are my Trump fries. Don't.
It's probably not just fries. It might be like burgers too.
No, I think it's for sure fries.
Yeah.
Well, fry cook. Well, I mean, a fry cook could be anything. So
I know, but just like that's kind of the meme though. It's like it's fries.
But yeah, K-Cub, the interesting thing about Glenn Beck is, if you guys remember, I know I'm old, but if you go to cast your mind back 8 years to like the 2016, he was covering his face with Cheeto dust and making deranged ramblings about why you cannot let Orange Man win. And to see that guy transition from going insane to, if you do not vote for this man, you will destroy the Republic. It's a beautiful thing. I think it's a beautiful thing.
People are finally realizing the Orange Man, you gotta support him.
Well, who is this guy?
Glenn Beck.
He's like a kind of like middle milquetoast conservative. He did this book called like Arguing with Idiots, I think. But anyways, there was like a late.
I know.
There was a late. He made like some popular late 2000s conservative media, and he's part of Blaze TV. And like I said, in the 2016 election, for anybody who doesn't remember, he had a bowl of Cheeto dust. He like crunched up a bunch of Cheetos, and he like slammed his face into it so that he would be Orange Man, and he was going, "This is who you're voting for."
Yes,
like no, like. now you got to vote for the Orange Man 8 years later.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Glenn Beck considered voting for Hillary.
Oh, probably.
Yeah.
DJ Aftershock for 2. Rumor Virginia GOP and Glenn Youngkin spotted in kitchen. Real. Well, they are currently cooking. Drop something. Yeah, the Virginia GOP, they're definitely cooking right now. Everyone agree with that? I think they are.
Oh, absolutely. Yep. They're going in such a great direction. I see so many beautiful women and men working there. I think they have a bright future, a very bright future. There's going to be a red GOP over there.
I'm imagining Trump at McDonald's wearing the apron with the spatula, but also wearing the old school paper hat. Oh gosh, the memes for this would be glorious. There better be videos of it. I'll be pissed if there is. There's gotta be videos.
Dude, this campaign is so many iconic moments for Trump, in the past year and a half alone. It's crazy.
Yeah, it seems like every day there's been.
All right, I gotta go. I'll be back in a few minutes.
Is it just like every day there's been like a new iconic moment from this campaign?
Mm-hmm.
Like it just the mug shot, the assassination attempt, the sneakers.
No, he's had so many like picture perfect moments, and I think what it's doing is it's reminding people of those really funny moments we had in 2017 to 2019. Like there was just so many moments where like Trump was doing a good job, but he just was so funny while he was doing it, and I think we all love that.
Like they were laughing with him, and that's the difference.
Like,
people understand. Like, oh yeah, people were laughing at Trump. No, they're laughing with him. People laugh at Biden. They laugh at Harris.
Yeah, like it was funny. Like the thing that you will love about a Trump presidency again is that there's this wonderful mix of the people on the other side going crazy every single time he just does something, and then we're just all sitting here, we're just laughing our butts off because it's just so funny.
Yeah.
He's such a funny guy.
Let's see here. Tyler T for 2. Purple Virginia in 28. I just gotta wait and see on that one because I think 2025 is going to tell us, like, how true are these trends. If Trump wins and we come very close to winning with Sears or whoever, I'm hoping it's going to be,
Yeah.
Oh, who's the Attorney General again? I can never say his name correctly. Myers?
Virginia Attorney General?
Yeah.
Are you?
Myers, I thought.
Yeah, Miares or whatever. I don't know how to
yeah.
pronounce it.
If it's him, I think we come very close to winning. But if it's Sears, I think we get crushed. That's my take.
My take is that if Trump wins and we go to 2028, if Youngkin's on the ticket, we can take Virginia. It'll be cool.
American Nerd for 5. Rap. Should Trump's victory path be at a Madison Square Garden and should Don't Stop Believing or My Way be playing when he wins? Or a victory party. I think his victory party should be at Butler, Pennsylvania. That's my take. Either Butler, Pennsylvania, or make it New York. Make it Trump Tower.
Trump should do one rally in, like, Southern Virginia.
Yeah, I'm saying Virginia Beach. Well, he did one already, right? Just do another one.
Yeah, he's done some. He's done a couple of Virginia rallies, but it would be nice if he put a couple more in his schedule. But obviously, like, if we were looking at the campaign strategy, his campaign strategy isn't, oh, well, let's get a couple extra states. No, he doesn't care about getting extra states. He cares about popular vote.
Popular vote and just making sure we win all the electoral college states. That's all that cares about.
Yeah, the main swing states and popular vote. And he thinks that if he gets the popular vote, it'll make it more legitimate and they can't question it as much, blah, blah, blah.
Let's see here. Mike for 2. Bro got from going from nearly assassinated to fry cook. That's real. Timothy Finch for 500. Is that, I don't know what currency that is.
Yen.
Yen, yeah, that's right. I was thinking, like, I believe it's yen. Reddit liberals are freaking out over Pennsylvania and are admitting that they should have never let Scott Presser off the score like he did, especially this past week. Yeah, Pennsylvania Dems are in deep trouble. They're in deep shit right now. For those that don't know, the past, like, 3 days, Republicans have out-requested Democrats in early voting.
Mm-hmm.
That has never happened, not even once. But it's happened, like, 3 days in a row.
And it's not like there's a non-existent ground game for Democrats in Pennsylvania. The problem is they did not know how aggressive we were going to be in Pennsylvania. They were looking for the very, limp and soft Republican Party to show up and just barely try. But no, we brought our game. We brought our A game. We have people. We have Elon. We have Scott. We have freaking
Antonio Brown. Of these people. Antonio Brown's doing stuff for Trump.
We have JD Vance pretty much like 2 or 3, 4 times a week in Pennsylvania. It's insane. No, like we're doing so good. Like, and that's my whole point is, like, no matter how the election goes, guys, there are people around there that should be proud of, like, how they've performed. This has been an amazing run. This is the best the Republicans have been campaigning in a while, at least in certain states. In other states, we can do better.
Jeremy for 5. Thank you so much, good sir. Princess Rider for 2. North Carolina red areas up today compared to 2020 by 39% overall. Yeah, it's everywhere. Every state, it's early voting. Republicans are kicking it. Look at Georgia. Georgia, they are just kicking the living shit out of Dems. It is bad. We freaking
that's pretty bad.
80% in, like, some areas. It's like, good luck. But yeah, I'm gonna say the early vote operations. Is it perfect? I think no. There's definitely some hiccups here and there, but the fact is, this is a good operation overall. There's still some hiccups we gotta solve for future elections, but Dems are deep shit. They are in real shit right now.
The context, the long perspective context for all of this is that the GOP has been running pretty poor operations for quite a long time. For decades, we've done bad registration operations. We've done bad operations all around, and we haven't had people that want to win, especially in charge of the RNC. And now we are trying to win. And that is an amazing improvement. And I'm not trying to put down anyone that's been campaigning, because there's amazing individuals across the country. But now I think the organization as a whole has a more concerted effort towards actually winning elections. And so it's good news for the future, and good news for this election too.
American Nerd for 5. Even if Trump wins a popular vote, the resist subs will still say that it was still under some BS because they have no sense of reality. Well, yeah, they're going to think everything's a scam.
Yeah.
Jeremy for 5. I'm running for state assembly in New York, endorsed by Lee Stefanik and Lee Zeldin. Would love to go live with you and talk about New York. Maybe. The next couple weeks would be kind of chaotic, but I'll see if I have time in my schedule. Next couple weeks.
Very cool.
Yeah, it's just these next 2 weeks are just gonna be a freaking gauntlet. Every day. It's gonna just be chaos. Tyler T for 2. GOP is almost 41% of early voting as of today. In North Carolina?
Yep.
Yeah,
actually,
pack it up, it's over.
No, I think like with North Carolina, I've been wondering because I know that the GOP and the RNC have been pressuring North Carolina to get voting out to West North Carolina, but so I'm not really worried about losing vote share there. I'm actually thinking like, is there a spite vote in North Carolina based off of how the federal government handled the disaster?
Maybe there's just some people who are just so pissed off they're like, screw, I'm voting. I don't know. That might be the case, but we just gotta see.
And I'm gonna post something in general because chat's been talking about, you know, the Democrat response to us winning, Russia, or whatever they decide to do. And I think that this is the perfect counter to that. This actually infuriates me. It very much it pisses me off. The left-leaning British Labour Party head, hey, how you doing, Tex? The left-leaning British Labour Party, Sophia Patel, who runs the operations of the Labour Party in the United Kingdom, has sent 100 troops to U.S. battleground states to campaign for Harris. They talk about foreign interference in elections, and we have 100.
Be careful. Yeah, be careful from this stuff.
Okay. So they are upset about foreign things happening, and they have 100 people from a different government, the United Kingdom's government, coming over here and campaigning for Harris. And again, I don't think that there is legal action we can take against this at the time, but they absolutely, I would not blame Trump for any retaliatory action he took against that government for doing this. This is absolutely disgraceful.
Superior Carolina for 10. I never paid attention to this because I just turned 18, but the voting lines in Union County, North Carolina are packed today. Also, literally snowed yesterday in Western North Carolina, so I'm worried about turnout there. God bless rap. Well, again, if it's snowing now, it's not the end of the world, but yeah, if you can vote early, just in case. You don't know if there's be a storm out of the blue. You don't know. A freaking another hurricane. You never know. So vote early if you can. I recommend that. If you can, vote early. Vote by mail.
Yeah, for example, I think there's supposed to be a hurricane in Florida or Texas or something pretty soon, so.
Yeah.
And if you're living in a deep red state, do not think that this does not apply to you. Go out,
just vote just in case. You never know. Something crazy happens election day. You get sick, you know, you have a medical emergency. You don't know. So just vote early if you can. Of course, if you can vote on election day, but just be prepared. Vote early and get everyone you know to vote for Trump and Republicans. I agree. Bring 3 to 4 people that you know are going to vote Republican and Trump. Get them out to vote. Take them with you.
Get your fat ass off the couch. You're voting for Trump today, Harry.
Oh, hey, aliens.
Harry, if you're listening, Harry, get out there.
Yeah, get out there.
Yeah, Harry Sisden, if you're listening, go vote for Trump.
That's real. Oh, let's see here. Trump doesn't need to win the popular vote. He just needs to win the Electoral college. No, he tried to cover his bases. That's why. He's trying to win both, so Dems can't say anything. What?
Look at the tweet I sent. I'm gonna send in the general. It's fucking fire.
I saw that.
Oh, Chris with Hans. Yeah,
Chris with Hans. That's a good account.
Harris is like the best slander name I've heard for a politician since.
For those that want the opposite of doomerism. What's the opposite of doomerism?
Hope maxing.
Yeah, hope maxing. If you want hope maxing, follow Chris with Hans on Twitter. No, he's a great guy.
He's really funny. Like you'll like read his tweets and you'll be like, how does somebody think of this? Like how does somebody conceive of something this funny? Yeah, he just like completely like craps on the Kamala crats.
Yeah.
So yeah, check out his stuff. He's so funny.
The Kamalagons.
Reasonable to sim for 2. My fellow Floridians, early voting starts October 21st. Yeah, so if you can, vote early. Vote early. Prince is right for 5. Yep. Also, there's an amendment in North Carolina to prohibit illegals from being elected, which currently isn't against state law. That's crazy. Mike for 5. Do we need to teach these 100 redcoats another lesson? They should have got the message 250 years ago. Yeah, they should have.
Stupid reckless they need to get out of this country. We need to get them out. You know.
What's that sound?
Yeah. That was Texan. I
Oh.
think he was.
Oh shit! Yeah. I wonder if there's going to be a Palestine protest today after the Hamas leader, the H-word leader died. Yeah.
But yeah. So, anyways, you guys see Poly Market? It's collapsing for Harris right now. Last I checked, right now in Poly Market, it was Trump at 62% and Harris at 38%. Can anyone check what it is now? By any chance, well, what is it now on Poly Market?
Let's take a look here. Poly Market election forecast. It's 62-38. It's still hasn't moved much.
It's starting to stabilize a little bit, but yeah, it's clear the betting markets did not respond well to that interview. And that should tell you, it's like, I know betting markets aren't everything, but when even predicted swung against her.
Check the tweet I just sent. People will literally bet on anything on Poly Markets.
Of course. Is that real? Oh my! I'm not gonna show that in stream, but
gonna be a hard game to Christmas for what she just believed.
Man, I should really get into it. I don't know. I've always avoided Poly Market, but I don't know.
Did you guys see the Obama Biden video at the eulogy?
Yeah, they look like they hate each other.
Well, right, but they're talking, and apparently the New York Post hired a professional lip reader to decipher what they were talking about at the funeral. And it seems like the lip reader says, I put it in general. President Biden griped to the former president that she is not as strong as me, with Obama agreeing that's true. In a stunning off-mic conversation deciphered for the Post by a professional lip reader.
This is from they actually hired like an actual lip reader.
Oh yeah, because Kamala Harris is not going to win Indiana, Iowa, Ohio, Florida, North Carolina, probably not.
So I gotta again. This is what the New York Post reported. I cannot confirm as real, 100%, but that's what they're saying.
That's great.
Lord Rhino for 10. You should start You should start interfering in British elections. I love to see my fellow countrymen and women's reactions. I love it so long as it wasn't for the left wing. Again, no, I don't endorse any of that stuff. Do not endorse it.
Okay, so it was Biden complaining to Obama that Harris wasn't as strong as he is.
Wow.
Right. Yes. Yeah, so it was Biden. He's like, she's not as strong as me, and then like Obama's like consoling him. That's true. Like that's the conversation they were having.
They put her there. They must have known that this was over anyways. They had to know, right? There's no way they actually believed their own bullshit. That, Kamala Harris can actually win. Please tell me they didn't know that, or that they knew that.
Yeah, I think, they know. I think they know. I mean, they probably think that she'll win, but they know it's not looking good.
Yeah. Let's see here. Betting markets can be more accurate because this is people getting real money. Well, some betting markets, like predicted, are just useless. But yeah, betting markets, they can be useful. You got to be careful with them. They're not everything. So do not rely your predictions on just a betting market. Don't do it.
No, absolutely not.
No.
Like, yeah, no.
Hey, Rap, which of the four would you do a stream of? CK3, EU4, Victoria 3, or Hoi 4? CK3. Easy. CK3 is my favorite.
Hoi 4 makes me fall asleep. I know people might hate me for that, but it's just...
Listen, CK3 is real shit.
Yeah, it's alright, yeah.
What do you mean it's alright?
Okay, I'm not...
It's a freaking amazing game.
It's okay.
Let's see here.
Yeah.
Dems still win if Trump wins because he then becomes a boogeyman. Well, the problem is, like, after 2028, he's not the boogeyman because he's gone. Then they're going to move on to Vance or something. That's my guess. Is Vance be the next boogeyman?
Yeah, of course. I mean, they've already tried to demonize him. I think the big problem for them, and this is part of why I want Vance to run, is because he's a clean slate. He has had precisely 2 years of Senate work in the politics prior to becoming vice president, and then so 6 years of public service. And all of his life story is all public information because of his book. They can't do anything to him. There's no dirt. There's no October surprise. You know who he is.
Nathaniel for 5. If you live in Missouri, vote no on Amendment 3, abortion amendment. Also vote yes on Amendment 7, which will prevent ranked choice voting. I agree. But ranked choice voting is garbage. Do not vote for it. Lord Rhino for 5. Biden wants to go down in history as the only one to beat Trump. Yeah, probably, but like, well, let's be like, he won because of COVID and all that. He won because of the environment. But people never mention that. They're just think, oh, he beat Trump. But if it wasn't for COVID, Trump would have won. Just for the simple fact the economy wouldn't have been bad. People wouldn't have been freaking out. So yeah. Advanced Arrangement Syndrome, just you wait. Oh yeah. Is VDS be worse than TDS? That's a real question. Will VDS be worse than TDS? What do you guys think?
No, I don't think so. I think that this is just a small part of it, but I think the days of like Jimmy Kimmel and Stephen Colbert are numbered.
Oh,
I don't know.
What's up, nerds?
Yeah,
no, that was something
hey,
really. Hey, gay. There was a really funny change in demographics and viewership among cable TV news. For all of the young people that watch cable TV, more of them watch something like Gutfeld than they do Stephen Colbert or Jimmy Kimmel or anything like that. Colbert gets slightly more views than Gutfeld right now, but Gutfeld is outperforming every single other late night host. Colbert's the only one that can like
because
even go
like
par
Colbert
with
Colbert, they went from being actually kind of funny to like just a like boomer cringe. That's all they became.
Well, so
Colbert's audience is literally just like 60-year-old liberals.
I was gonna say you've got to understand television is very boomer coded nowadays. You know what I mean? So like the only people who watch television are old people and people with like the spirit of a boomer, right? So when it comes to like the young viewers that still watch television, which is very few of them, I have one downstairs, but I don't ever fucking watch it. It's gonna be like people. It's gonna be like the conservative young people because they're very boomer coded, and there's no science or data behind that. It's entirely vibe based, but I don't care.
Polite rude guy for 2. I'm voting Mark Robinson 2028 primary. I don't think Robinson's gonna run for anything after this, unless
his career is done.
Chief constituent for 2. Favorite element to play in CK3. I like Solucia. I honestly, it kind of depends, I don't really have a favorite. It just kind of, I go by the flow, whatever happens. Polite rude guy for 2. We need a Christian president. Mega Bears for 5. Are we back monarchy bros? No, we're not. Let's see here. Rob Ford. Was that the Toronto mayor? That was like,
I don't know.
I know his last name was Ford. I don't know his first name.
Yeah, Rob Ford.
There's a Ford dynasty in Toronto. I know.
There's that. Look that one up. For those that don't know, look up Rob. I think it might be. I can't remember. It's probably Rob Ford. Who knows?
It's either Rob or Doug or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it's just
Rob DeSantis.
Rob DeSantis. Vance be the first Catholic Republican vice president and president. That's true. Yeah, that's real.
I was going to say we've had 2 Catholics. One of them was 60 years ago and got killed, and the other one is not actually a Catholic. So
yeah, and like they're both Dems.
Yeah, they
were
both
first Catholic
Dems.
Republican. W's. WWW.
I think it's possible Trump might be the first Republican Catholic president. I mean, I think he'll probably.
He's been posting a lot of like.
I sincerely think he's going to convert either before he gets inaugurated or after, or like during his presidency, if he gets elected.
Probably a Catholic be like the most cursed like part of the timeline.
Yeah, because honestly, y'all are probably gonna hate me for this. He's really not that religious.
Oh no,
just in general.
He's gotten more religious though. We know that.
He's gotten more religious, especially in the wake of the assassination attempt. But like before, like just throughout his entire presidency, up until probably the last couple months, he really has not been religious at all.
Obviously, he was like normie, like Christians. They're like, yeah, I believe in God, all that stuff, but like they weren't like gun ho into it.
Yeah, no, he was very culturally Christian, if that makes any sense to you.
You cannot ignore posts like this that I just put in the chat. This Saturday, October 19th, Trump is celebrating the 40th anniversary of the martyrdom of Father Jerzy Popieluszko.
Oh, was that? Yeah, that was the Polish priest that got
Yeah, that was standing against communism. He was standing with the Polish people, Polish nationalists. Yeah, no.
I wonder why he's real text. He might be onto something here.
I mean, it's probably both Vance and Melania that are trying to get him to
That's
convert.
true.
I was gonna say, isn't Melania also Catholic?
Yeah, but she says some weird stuff about but yeah, she's Catholic.
Yeah. The funny
Yeah,
issue.
I mean, he probably reached out to both of them for help converting, like right after the A attempts.
Well, it's one of those things where it's like, but also like, obviously, like you could argue maybe he's just trying to win the Catholic vote, which is Harris is collapsing with. By the way, I mean that these home Catholics, they're not happy.
Oh
right
yeah,
now.
and speaking of which, tonight I think tonight is the Al Smith dinner.
Yeah,
I was gonna say, okay, so yeah,
that?
I think so. Also going back to the whole Catholic thing, one of the biggest deciders of whether or not a Hispanic is a Republican or not is their religion. Protestant Hispanics are much more Republican than Catholic ones. And if Trump is seriously making a play for the Hispanic vote, which he very much seems to be,
This makes
you know,
sense.
talking about Catholicism is his main path, because even though they're more Democrat than Protestant Hispanics, they're
They're the ones that are trending the most to the right, though, aren't they?
Yeah.
And they're like actually like super religious. So.
Yes, they're very religious, and they're not even like they're not even liberal. They're just them being Catholic. Just I don't know why it just makes them more.
Like not some of these like Catholics.
It's probably like the Kennedy effect, maybe.
Probably it's the Kennedy effect. It's the fact that Democrats have historically done better with Catholics, anyways.
Yeah.
All right, I gotta go. I have class.
Unlucky.
American Nerd for 5 rap. Can you explain how Catholic baptism is like to us Protestants? Like, does regular priest or does he have to go to a bishop or something? What? Like, how does baptism work? Is that what you're asking?
Wait. Oh, okay. So I guess he's just asking about how baptism is performed. Most of the time, Roman Catholics get baptized via a pouring,
Yeah.
which is it is an acceptable ancient form of baptism. A lot of people try to say it's not, but it is. It's very similar. Some of them do immersion baptism. If that's something very important to you and you were trying to become Roman Catholic, you can get an immersion baptism. But it's just something you would have to specially request. It's not. You don't need a bishop. Your question's if you need a bishop. You don't need a bishop to do it. A priest can do it. And historically, you can do, like, anybody can do a baptism, but they prefer a priest does it. They prefer a priest does it in the Catholic Church.
But yeah, so I think though, like, this is Trump's making a big play for Catholics, and it's clear. I think it's clear. Like, there's a bunch of polling from like Notre Dame Notre Dame. They had that big study where like the Catholics, Notre Dame's very Catholic. Obviously, it's younger, so it should be more liberal. And it's one like, what was it, 50 points Republican?
Yeah, something like that.
It's like if those Catholics are swinging right. I know not every person in Notre Dame's a Catholic. I know that, but like you get the point. It's like if they're all shifting Republican that much, yeah, not good.
There are small minorities, comfortable minorities in the Rust Belt of Catholics, and so it's an important demographic.
Well, it's like,
especially because
it's a big.
They're a big part of the driftless, aren't they?
Oh yeah. Like there's some Lutherans, but like
There are some Lutherans, especially up in Minnesota. But
that's the thing. Like with Wisconsin, you got a big Lutheran population, but Catholics are the big one.
Yeah. Although that's the thing, right? Most Catholics, I wouldn't say most Catholics, the most Catholic part of the country is undeniably in the Middle East, holy shit, the Northeast, right?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, so the fact that Catholics overall are still swinging right, like that's the thing. We've seen polls out of Massachusetts, Connecticut, Rhode Island. The states are all moving right. And yet first of all, one, I'm supposed to believe that New Hampshire is swinging left during all of this. And two, the Catholic vote just seems to be moving right in general, especially with Joe Biden off the tip.
Right.
Joe Biden was the third Catholic nominee, to my knowledge, and the second Catholic president.
Yeah.
In U.S. history.
And
so he did unnecessarily well. I think he narrowly won Catholics overall. He lost white Catholics, but still won the Catholic demographic.
Yeah, but now it's like Harris is doing awful with him, and what the shenanigans that Whitmer pulled, that I think has pissed off a lot of people. That's horseshit what she did.
Believe it or not.
The only thing that Harris believes in is the almighty dollar, maybe. Let's see here. r/atheism. Chat's loving it. Yeah, do not go to r/atheism unless you want to get like die of cringe.
If you want to get irrationally angry at people whose vote counts the same as you, go to r/atheism. Otherwise, don't.
We have a new poll out of Michigan by RMG.
What is it?
Their last poll was Harris +3. Now it's tied.
It's over. This is their final poll, by the way.
Aren't final polls the most accurate?
Yeah, but like they're hedging their bets. And they're saying, well, it's 2 weeks out from election day, so they're gonna say that they're right no matter what. That's what they're gonna say.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Trump has to win. There's no other option. We have waited for 4 long years. Yeah, we have waited through 4 very long years. Hopefully Trump can pull it off. Let's see. If r/atheism be like, if God good, why people bad? That's literally r/atheism.
I was gonna say, a big chunk of r/atheism is the, are y'all familiar with the thing where it's like, why does mom not give me candy?
Yep.
Yeah, that is r/atheism in a nutshell.
Like these idiots don't understand, like, morality or any, like, human nature. They don't get it. Or they might get it, they're just so, like, out of touch with everything.
That's the thing, right? As much as we give them shit, a lot of atheists are legitimately intelligent. I just think that when it comes to religion as a whole, they're too blinded by the religious trauma of having to wake up at 7:30 on a Sunday to go to church. Then,
terrible.
Yeah, like I mean, that's torture to them, realistically.
Well, no, I just think that, like, they don't know personally, but, like, they just think, oh, just be an atheist. Jared Walsh for 5. Let's talk elections. You're gonna cry today. Why? American Nerd for 3. What's worse, left-wing or right-wing atheism? They're both the same. I would say
it doesn't make you.
Yeah,
it doesn't make you better whether you're like a left-wing or a right-wing atheist. The problem is that regardless of what side you're on, you lose humanity. Like you lose those moral principles that tell you to treat other people better than you would treat yourself.
Far, just like, but yeah. I don't know.
I just see it like when I see right-wing atheists, I see the kind of horrible things that they're willing to say about other human beings.
That's true.
It makes me upset, but it doesn't make me more upset than the left-wing ones because they similarly do not care about human beings, and I just don't like it. They both far, but I mean, there are some like agnostic or atheists like Elon Musk who truly does care about human beings. Like his whole shtick is like, oh, I want to make sure humans are multiplanetary so that we never go extinct. But there's a lot of atheism out there nowadays that's literally just about, well, how can we kill humans the fastest so that we can save the planet or whatever else. It's really bad.
Real. All right, I think that's it. If anyone got more super chats, more questions, concerns, comments, or anything else, send them now. Last call for super chats, folks.
Hear ye, hear ye.
That's real. So yeah,
who's the name of that one guy who would give you like $100 super chats like way back in the day?
Big Penguin.
Yeah, a certain other person. I'm not going to name them, but you know who
I know you're talking about.
Josh or something.
Let's see here. Hold on. Was Thomas Jefferson an atheist or not? No, he wasn't an atheist.
No.
It's really funny. Very few people were atheists back then.
He was a deist.
This is something I want to tell people. A lot of people think Thomas Jefferson was anti-religion, secularist, that he never wanted people religiously influenced in government. But listen, they went to church. Thomas Jefferson went to church in the Capitol building. Like they actually did services in the Capitol building.
Oh, but no one mentions that. They just basically, people have interpreted the First Amendment, by the way. But
also, I was gonna say, I was talking about the First Amendment. It's incredible. People are like, oh my god, the First Amendment. It's like there are people on Twitter who think that like the First Amendment means that like religious people cannot hold office, when in reality, the idea of the First Amendment blocking Christians from making legislation is itself a violation of the First Amendment.
Yeah, the whole point is just it's protecting the religions from the government. That's the whole.
I was gonna say the whole point was not to protect the government from religion. It was to protect religion from the government. Like it was never about stopping religious influence, because if a country is religious and a country wants to elect a religious person, that is their right.
Yeah. It's like if again, the whole point was, oh yeah, the government can't like knock down your door at 3 a.m. for being a Catholic. That's the whole point. But people actually believe, no, it's to protect the government. No, it's not. Read what the text actually says. It doesn't say you can't be
like I was gonna say the only reason anybody could ever even argue that it's about protecting the government is that the government cannot establish a religion, and that's it.
Yeah. So
Well,
what?
It can't establish a religion.
So, like, think about the context of early America. You have a bunch of disparate denominations, and Anglicans did control certain states. Like, they actually, I think Anglicans controlled Virginia for a little while. And of course, the Reformed people controlled many Northeast states. And so the Baptists actually went to Thomas Jefferson, like, hey, are you going to make sure that our rights are protected? And like, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, yeah, don't worry. I'm going to keep it out of the federal government so that you guys have your fair say and you don't have to be forced to do things by Anglicans or Reformed or anything
That was
else.
the whole
That was
point. That was
the whole point.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Lord Rhino for 5. People forget the U.S. is by far the most religious Western country. Europe is extremely agnostic/atheist. There's some religious countries in Europe, but yeah, mostly. That's mostly the case. But yeah,
well, what actually decides how religious a country is, it's not the percent of the population that claims to be religious, it's the percent of the population that claims that religion is important to them.
Yeah.
Like the vast majority of almost every single country in Europe outside of the UK and a couple others, they are majority Christian. But if you ask them how important religion is to them, it is very little. Very few are a majority west of Germany.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's mostly in Eastern Europe.
Yeah, it's Eastern Europe. It's Poland. It's the Balkans. The Balkans.
The Balkans.
It's be quiet. Silence.
Yeah.
I woke up 30 minutes ago. Cut me some goddamn
I would say
slack.
overall though, like but I don't like talking about the religious stuff, but like that's something I wish people would get right. It's not about the government can't have religious people in it. No, it just means if you want to be an Anglican, you can be an Anglican. The government's not going to stop you.
Yeah.
That's the whole point.
Mm-hmm.
Tyler T for 5. They do believe Christians and atheists, as atheists believe in humanity is inherently good, and Christians believe they are sinners and need to be repented. Well, yeah, that's kind of it, but... American Nerd for 5. Go follow Matt Gates, Super Stan on X. He's an atheist. He voted for Trump. He's a cool dude. Well, I'm not saying, like, atheists are bad. I'm just saying, like... I just disagree with the worldviews, but...
Well, yeah. So we're talking about worldviews. We're never talking about individuals, and like we make lots of generalizations here, but don't ever think that we like hate people based off of like their faith or their like who they are. Like we don't like hate immutable qualities or just choices people make. Like we just have ideas about like the principles guiding them, and I don't like the guiding principles behind atheism.
Yeah, again, like I can understand like the arguments, but like just try to be civil about it. There's some people just like take it, well, definitely not civil, but.
Oh, I don't know if you saw this just now. Guy posted it. Morning Compost has Moreno up by 1.
Yep, I saw that.
They have Trump up in Wisconsin. They have him down by 1 in Pennsylvania, and they have Moreno winning.
And they still have Harris up by 5 nationally.
Oh yeah, lovely. That makes total sense, right?
All right. I think we're gonna end the stream here, everyone. If there's a bunch of Senate polls that drop today, we might do a Senate prediction tomorrow, but expect that next Monday. I do gotta get going this weekend for some stuff. Yeah, so we'll have a Senate prediction for sure Monday, maybe tomorrow. I can't confirm that just yet. New video out later today, of course, every day of the weekend, excuse me. And yeah, I think that's it. Smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the social media accounts in the description down below. And, of course, join the channel today. Any last thoughts, anyone? All right. That's it. I hope everyone has a good weekend. We'll see you guys in the next stream.